Hello, my friends. It's Ranger Russ from the Meigs Nature Center, working out in the yard this morning, getting ready to move my trailer. And the block I used to hold the tire underneath of it was a salamander. It's the probably very cold, not able to move very much right now. But if you look, it's got the on the back and the brown on the side. Sometimes you find these and they're all black. They call that the lead back face of these salamanders. So this is the most new at one time, and I don't know that this is still true. This was probably 20 years ago that this statistic was used during programs by the DEP. Then it was the DEP. If you weighed all of the salamanders in Connecticut, they would weigh more than all of the birds combined. Also, they would weigh more than all the deer in the state of Connecticut. So if you picked any one animal group, teeth out around a person's, any part of a person, but they will bite each other. And sometimes if you look at the sides, you will find scars on the sides because... All right, little connection issue there. We're back, and he's starting to get squirmy. I've probably warmed him up a little bit with my fingers. But they will bury themselves. Oh, now look, I do see a wound. I wonder, is that an injury? Yeah, I think the thing rolling may have hurt this little guy. Amphibians are pretty good at recovering. They recover pretty quickly. I've seen massive gaping wounds in a frog that heal up within a week. They will live out in the forest under the leaf litter typically. As the winter goes, they find a deeper place that they can sort of bury themselves more. During the summer, when it's moist, they'll be out throughout the entire leaf litter. And in the winter, when in the dry seasons, they'll move into tighter and tighter groups under logs. So they'll have to share a single log, where before they would just be out in the leaf litter. And they'll move closer in to find a moist log so that they can stay moist. I'm not actually sure if that's a wound or some sort of growth or a parasite on this little one. But this is a full-grown salamander. If I can get a look here, I might be able to tell. Can't tell. Looks like it's probably a female. I'm going to guess a female right now. So that's the redback salamander, the most common salamander that we have in Connecticut. They've got that beautiful red color on it. And unfortunately, it's a little chilly this morning. So that's really cold for these guys. And remember, amphibians are ectothermic, so they're depending on the air for their temperature. So he was buried just in this little sand spot here under a block of wood that I used to hold the tire. I'm going to move him. You don't want to move them too far, though, because, again, they are territorial. And what will happen is each salamander has a territory. And if they wander into another salamander's territory, their neighbors, they'll be fine. They can wander in there, and then they'll just go back to their territory. Salamander shows up in their territory, they will attack it. But not only will they attack that salamander, but their neighbors will come and attack that salamander. So they know who their neighbors are, and their neighbors are okay. But if a strange salamander comes into all of the neighbors will gather together and chase them out. So they sort of have like a mutual defense pact with each other, where they will fight each other off. So we're going to pick a place that might be a good spot that's probably not going to get moved. So here I've got there's some old tile here that I didn't use. Make a little pack here, canyon in there. We'll put it down. Place to go, and maybe cover it with some leaves. Hopefully it'll go further in there, find itself to way to bury itself. But that's our redback salamander. Really cool. I love finding salamanders in the yard, so that was a fun morning. I will see you all on Tuesday at 11. Unless I come across something else today or tomorrow that's really interesting, I'll stop and talk to you then. Also, if anyone's interested, I will be on ICRV radio tomorrow at 5 o'clock talking myths and legends. We're going to look through some old colonial myths and see if we can determine whether it was a myth about a real animal or something that was completely made up, or if they used real animals to make something up. So that's on ICRV. You can tune in online for that. So until next time, this is Ranger Russ signing off.